going, guys? My name's Shane. Welcome back to the Horror Basement, and today we're going to be doing another installment in the classic horror review series. Today we're going to be talking about Revolt of the Zombies from 1936, which is meant to be a kind of unofficial sequel or continuation of White Zombie from 1931, which is another one of the movies in the classic horror set, which we'll review at a later time once it gets pulled out of the bag here. So the main plot of the movie is that a monk in Cambodia, which is currently at this point in history controlled by the French, can turn people into zombies and control them telepathically. The French actually used this during World War I. So they send out like 5 Cambodian zombies with guns to kill a bunch of Germans. But the Allied powers are concerned about this power falling into the wrong hands, mainly because not long into the movie, the monk himself is killed by what we're led to believe at the beginning is the main antagonist of the film. I didn't catch his name, but I will refer to him as smarmy French villain character. Because despite the fact that he's like in the war room with all the generals talking about it, talking about the battle strategy and such, he is in like a black cloak and has like a very villainous mustache and acts kind of like weirdly effeminate. So, without anyone else knowing, smarmy French villain character kills the monk because he wants to be in control of the zombies. So an expedition team is sent to the Orient to find out the secrets of turning people into zombies to keep it out of the hands of the Germans. That's where we meet our main character Armand, who is a scientist type guy. He is, I believe, also in the army, but mainly he's a scientist. And him and all the other characters, which there are many in this movie, they set out and attempt to find the temple, or the epicenter of this zombie thing. But their plans are thwarted as smarmy French villain character keeps sabotaging them. People are falling off structures, stuff's getting delayed. So they have to head back to the city, basically, in Cambodia to await further assistance, basically, because smarmy French villain keeps sabotaging them. And that is where Armand sees his fiancée, who is also on the expedition, Claire, and his friend Cliff, who is not a scientist. He's like more of a straight-up soldier guy, tough, strong-willed. So they're basically opposites of each other. And Armand finds out that Cliff and Claire are messing around behind his back, basically. And upset by this, he goes out on his own, finds the temple, and discovers the secret of making zombies, which he quickly, once he gets back to the city where everyone else is staying, he's fired from the expedition for going out on his own, and he doesn't tell anyone that he has found the secret. So he turns his Asian boy servant guy into a zombie, and basically the rest of the movie is him just turning everyone else into zombies. Basically, he's got all of his colleagues, a bunch of the villagers or the people, the other Cambodians and the military and stuff. He turns them all into zombies one by one, so he's got the entire city locked down. And right before he basically takes control of this city, smarmy French villain character comes to him in his lab and tries to get him to give up the secret so he can use it for his Dark Lord Satan, because this dude's also a Satanist, apparently. Like the most villainy character that ever villained. But that doesn't work because Armand just has his zombie boy servant choke smarmy French villain to death. So it turns out Armand, the main character, was the villain all along. And all of this is so that he can get Cliff to leave Cambodia forever so he and Claire can finally be wed. And he accomplishes this by turning Cliff as well into a zombie. And right before Armand and Claire are to be married, he's trying to reason with her because she hates his guts, obviously, because he's turned everyone that she knew basically into a zombie. So he's trying to reason with her, and he says, like, all right, look, if you'll agree to marry me, I will relinquish my power over all of the zombies. Which she agrees, and for some reason he actually does it, which is just the stupidest decision you could ever make. And of course, this is where we get to the title of the movie, which is The Revolt of the Zombies, which actually is the revolt of a bunch of Cambodian former zombies, because Armand does some magic shit. He, like, does this, which is the, how you control the zombies. You just put your hand on your forehead and think real hard. He's like, alright guys, clock out for the day or whatever. And all of them snap back to life, and they all go and murder Armand, and that's how the movie ends. And of course, Claire ends up with Chad friend Cliff. So yeah, overall, I wouldn't recommend this one. It's very, very light on action. Other than the couple of zombie soldiers in the beginning, and the, like, riot or revolt at the end, this movie is basically nothing but, like, wandering around, talking, worrying about a love triangle. So yeah, a very forgettable movie which doesn't in any way live up to its predecessor, White Zombie. So go ahead and skip this one if you're thinking about watching it. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. Join the Basement Army today by hitting that subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.